Hello, third graders. Boy, am I missing you guys right now, but I sure hope that you had a really restful, relaxing, refreshing spring break and you're ready to dive back into learning at home together. So today we're going to talk about math lesson 92. We are today discussing classifying or naming quadrilaterals. So looking at different types of quadrilaterals. So let's dive in, but to do so, we're going to refresh ourselves because all of these are polygons. Remember, polygons have closed, flat, straight sides. Every polygon has what class? Closed, flat, straight sides. So they're all polygons. And when we learn about polygons, we learn the names of different ones. We learn pentagons, triangles, quadrilaterals, hexagons, octagons, decagons. So today we're talking specifically about quadrilaterals, which quadrilaterals we know quad means four, so they're all four-sided figures or four-sided polygons. So all of today's shapes are quadrilaterals. All right, we're also talking about parallelograms, which you know, parallel lines go side by side. They may be narrow or they may be wide. They stay the exact same distance apart and never ever cross from stop to start. So today they're parallel lines. So a parallelogram has two sets of parallel lines in it. So in order to be a parallelogram, it has two sets. So it could have two like horizontal or vertical and horizontal, or oblique and vertical. But either way, it's got two sets of parallel lines. A rectangle, most of you already know what a rectangle is. A rectangle is a parallelogram that has four right angles, four 90-degree angles. So you could put the corner of your paper in. They're not a cute little angles, they're not obtuse angles, but they're right angles. So a rectangle has four right angles. Now moving over to square. Square is a rectangle, but all of its sides are the same length. So it's a four-sided figure, a quadrilateral, that has four right angles and all four sides of the same length to make it a square. Okay, looking at these purple ones that could be newer to you, a trapezoid is not a parallelogram because a trapezoid has exactly one set of parallel sides. It doesn't have two, it doesn't have more than two, it only has one set to make it a trapezoid. And then a rhombus is a parallelogram where all the sides are the same length. So if we have a square where all four sides are the same length, could it be a rhombus? Yes, a square could be a rhombus because a rhombus has all four sides the same length. A rhombus does not dictate the size of the angles though. So you could have a rhombus that doesn't have 90-degree angles. So it could be a rhombus and not be a square, but every square must be a rhombus. I know it sounds confusing, but I think it's going to clear up when we look at our shapes. So let's look at our shapes. First, let's look at shape A. So it has these two horizontal lines, then it has these two oblique lines. So, is shape A a parallelogram? What would you say? Yes. If you said yes, you're right, because it has this set of parallel lines and this set of parallel lines. So it is a parallelogram. We also know it's quadrilateral, it has four sides. Is it a rectangle? No, because it doesn't have four 90-degree angles. Is it a trapezoid? No, because it's a parallelogram. Parallelogram has two sets of parallel sides. Trapezoid only has one, so no. Is it a rhombus? Are all sides the same length? No. Is it a square? No. So A could only be a parallelogram, or if you, like I said, they're all, we could just circle quadrilateral because I already told you they're all quadrilaterals. Okay. All right. So B, we know it's a quadrilateral. What else is B? Is B a parallelogram? Does it have two sets of parallel sides? Yes. Is it a rectangle? So a rectangle is a parallelogram with four right angles. Does it have four right angles? Yep. So B is also a rectangle. So it's a parallelogram, it's a rectangle. Is it a trapezoid? No. Is it a rhombus? Rhombus has four sides of equal length? Yes. Yes, it is a rhombus. Is it also a square? Yes, because it has four right angles and all of those four sides are the same length. So B is a parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and a square. That one's got a lot. Okay, let's look at C. What do you think C is? Is C a parallelogram? Yes, two sets of parallel sides. Is it a rectangle? Yes, because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 right angles. Trapezoid? No. Rhombus? No. Square? No. So C is only a parallelogram and a rectangle. All right, ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to D. D has these two horizontal lines, these two oblique lines, and they are all the same length. So does that make it a parallelogram? Yes. Does that make it a rectangle? No. Does that make it a trapezoid? No. Is D a rhombus? Yes. All four sides are the same length, so yes. Is D a square? No. Why not, third graders? Because it doesn't have four right angles. All four sides are the same length. It has two sets of parallel sides, but it does not have four right angles. So, okay, last but not least, F is F. Let's see. Well, it's got these two horizontal lines that are parallel, and then it has these two lines that go in, like if it continued up, it'd make a triangle. So, is it a parallelogram? Does it have two sets of parallel sides? Nope, 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 not a parallelogram. It is still a quadrilateral, four sides. Is it a rectangle? Nope, nope, nope. Is it a trapezoid? Why, yes it is, because it has exactly one set of parallel lines. Is it a rhombus? Nope. Their sides are not the same length. Is it a square? No. Okay, so that was a lot of information, but a lot of it is stuff that you guys already know. So I think that you are set to go. If you're not, you could rewind this video and watch it again. Well, I guess you don't have to rewind. You can just start the video over again. You can tell how old Mrs. Coffee is, talk about rewinding. And then we could also, actually, let's look at, on page 430 really quickly, let's look at lesson practice. So let's look at that together and we'll just review. So open to page 430 in your Saxon math book. Look at A. What is A? Is A, what do you think? Get it in your head. Parallelogram? Yep. Is it quadrilateral? Yep. Is it a rectangle? Yep. Trapezoid? No. Rhombus? Yes. Square? Yes. Excellent. All right, look at B in your book. B, parallelogram? Yes. Also a quadrilateral. Rectangle? No. Trapezoid? No. Rhombus? No. Square? No. All right, look at C. I'm going to tell you that C, not including quadrilateral, in addition to quadrilateral, it has two more labels. So look up here, see what two labels you would give C. If you said parallelogram and rectangle for the C in your book, you are absolutely right. Okay, and then last in your book is D, and we're going to give it, it is a quadrilateral, but in addition to quadrilateral, it has one more label that's up here. Take a look, find the one label for me. Think about it. If you said trapezoid, you're right. All right, so nice job. If that makes sense to you, dive right into your lesson. If not, ask your parents for help or ask if you can get a hold of me and we'll talk about this together.